What's up, gang? Kawaii50 back with another video, this time for a brand new gacha game here on NA. We are taking a look at that time I got reincarnated as a slime, Isekai Memories, and we're going to go over some of the systems and see if it's really worth playing. Now, I'm sure you might be wondering, do I like Tensura? I actually really do. I really like Tensura. I think it is a fantastic franchise. I'm not really caught up with Season 2 just yet, but I bulldozed through Season 1 in like a day. So I really like this show a lot. And I was excited to see that it got a gacha game, and a pretty good looking one at that. I'm sure the first thing you can see here are, of course, the graphics. The graphics look absolutely fantastic. And you got all your characters hanging out in your town, and of course you can go ahead and go around your town and see all of the hard work that you were able to put in. There is, of course, a base building mechanic in this game, but let's go take a look at that right now. So let's start, of course, taking a look at this base that we're building. Now, building the base is pretty similar to what I can only call Farmville rules. Basically, the rule that you have all these different buildings that you build, you need to finish these facilities in order to get different bonuses. You can see I just finished some facilities right there. And, of course, these all have a timer tied to them, which, of course, you can bypass with premium currency. Now, I'm not necessarily going to do that. I did it a little bit for this video just so you could see what a more built-up town looked like, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. If all you've got to do is wait, then waiting is just fine. This is basically a level 2 town that you can see right here. And you can collect things from your town. You've got, for example, all these different materials, which in any gacha game, you need materials for equipment, for characters, for skills, the whole 9 yards. And you can, of course, get experience and things like that given to you passively. So the town part of this game, not really super blown away with. I don't really picture anyone spending that much time with this. There are just these facilities that you're going to build in order to get yourself some more progress in the game to unlock some other features. But this is first and foremost a gacha game, so before we even get into the gameplay, let's of course talk gacha, because we gotta know, am I actually going to have a chance to get any of these characters I want? Like, say, for example, Shion, who I sadly haven't gotten. I got Diablo instead. Let's take a look at these drop rates. So every 10th character is a guaranteed 4-star or higher, so you've already got that going for you. But of course, 5 stars are going to be what you actually want. Let's go ahead and look down at these rates. So rates are actually far more generous than I would have initially expected, sitting at a 4% in order to summon any of these 5-star characters. Now that, of course, stays the same even once you get to that 10th character, but you do have that 96% chance to get a 4-star and that 4% chance to get a 5-star. Characters are broken up between battle characters and protection characters, which are more of a passive bonus that your entire party gets. You can see we've got a lot of these characters completely occupying this whole rate. As is a question with a lot of gacha games these days, is there a pity system? Well, there is, from what we can gather. So, looking here, you can see that every single time you summon a character, you get 1 point for the Bazaar system. 10 points for 10 characters, obviously makes sense. And once you've gained a certain amount of points, they can be exchanged to receive a character of your choice here. So of course, Shion is obviously the most desired, the one I really wish I would have gotten. She is sitting at 300 points, and Diablo is sitting at 200 on this banner. Which of course means that if you want a guarantee of these characters, you need 20 summons for Diablo, or 30 summons for Shion, respectively. And that's not 20 single summons or 30 single summons. That's 20 multi-summons and 30 multi-summons. So, might get a little bit pricey there. As far as pity systems go, this really isn't one of the best that I've seen. This isn't like some of the scaling pity systems you've seen in other gacha games. It's just straight up a point buy system. So whether or not that does it for you gives you an opportunity to get a guaranteed if you've sunk enough into getting that character. If you are someone who's been saving up a lot for gacha games, this system might actually end up working for you. But if you're somebody who pulls on every single banner, I would expect things to get even more expensive than you would previously have predicted. But when you do actually end up pulling a character that you want, I've got to say, they are absolutely lovingly rendered. You can see we've got Shuna here. She was given out for free for everyone that started the game. So you should probably have this character if you've started playing this game already. If not, I'd say go ahead and check your gift basket. But characters can be enhanced in a number of ways. You've of course got your standard leveling system where you feed the characters EXP in order to level them up. You have ability release, you can see right here, feeding characters these different orbs that you can farm, end up increasing their overall stats, sort of a little permanent stat boost. Awakening is where dupes end up coming into play. Of course, if you end up pulling a dupe of a character, you can easily awaken them just with that dupe. We were all given a free dupe for Shuna, a couple free dupes actually, so there you go. We end up getting her to number 3, which ends up giving her new passives as well as increasing her overall max level. But dupes aren't the only way to level up a character and ascend them, which is honestly something I really enjoy. You'll see a lot of gacha games out there where they end up just doing that specifically and you have to rely on pulls. But nope, there are other resources you can use to ascend their characters. There is of course equipment as well to give them a stat boost, as well as skills you can enhance, which end up changing up how things fight in battle. Speaking of battle, let's go ahead and actually do a battle. But before we can even get into a battle, I have to check these results of my parallel processing. Yes, for people out there who really want to do some extra farming, parallel processing is a thing you can use, allowing the game to farm even when you're not playing it. It's not so much a specific auto feature, but you set an amount of stamina to use probably before you go to bed at night, and then wake up the next morning and a certain amount of farming has been completed. I set this a while ago before I started recording this video to show you the feature, and you can see that while I have been away from the game, I have completed 17 runs of a stage and earned 139,400 experience points. So it's a nice way to keep the game going even when you're not feeling like you really want to play it right now, or something to allow you to continue to be a grind-heavy monster even if you're going to bed for the night. You can even see our battle intro here looking just absolutely gorgeous. The rendering they've done on these characters has been top-notch. And this battle system to Fake Grand Order veterans will seem pretty similar. Oh, I've got it running on auto. Yes, there is an auto battle and an improved speed function. So you can see there that you select these different cards, or discs, or whatever you want to call them, they're basically cards, to use your character's attacks. They come in 3 different colors, the orange increasing your special meter, the blue increasing your essentially summon, and the green giving you options to increase skills. You can of course go ahead and use skills to power up your characters before you end up going into battle and attacking your enemies. A nice little cutscene will play, but you will gain the ability to go ahead and avoid that. You select all of your character skills either by the same color or by the same type of character, whatever ends up working for you. I would say if the enemies are weak against a particular character element, you are going to want to pick the same character, but if it doesn't matter, like it does in this instance, go ahead and pick the exact same type of thing you want to charge, and go ahead and activate your combo and watch the mayhem. And of course, you get a nice little cutscene once you clear a wave. And of course, in the event that you ended up charging up your special attack, you would get the opportunity to use a special attack. I personally don't have one playing right now, but I'll play one for you just so you can see the quality of the special attacks right after we end up finishing this wave. And what do you know? We just finished that wave super duper easy. Now, even beyond those specific quests, there are, of course, unique battles in the game called Predator Battles. Battles where you end up fighting a strong enemy with the key of filling up a gauge at the top of the screen and getting Rimuru to eat the enemy. These aren't necessarily that different from other battles, but these battles are how you gain the materials to upgrade your character's skills. So, of course, there's something you're going to find yourself doing quite frequently. This is something we've got to address, something we've got to address in every gacha game. how much is this going to cost me? Let's go ahead and take a look at the shop for magic crystals, which of course are the game's currency. Now you can see they got some sales going on, but we're not worried about that. Who gives a damn about that? Instead, we are going ahead and looking at the actual costs. So in order to actually summon a character, it costs about 300 magic crystals. So you can see here we are looking at, of course, 275, just barely under what you need to summon at $23.99. So of course you would probably need to go ahead, you would definitely need to go ahead and either get 3 10 packs for $3, or you're just going to probably go ahead and buy the Magic Crystal B pack for $3.99, $4 to get those extra couple. So we're looking at about $25, almost $30 for a single multi-summon. This isn't necessarily unheard of when it comes to gacha games. This is honestly pretty much an average price from my experience throughout playing a bunch of different gacha games, but this is exactly what I meant when I said if you need to get those 20 10 pulls, those 30 10 pulls to get that character that you want, that's gonna end up getting pretty expensive. I'll go ahead and let you do the math on that. But there are, of course, packs available as well, and these packs have different things available to them as well. You can get a weekly recruit pack. This weekly recruit pack go ahead and gives you 1 single summon ticket and a little hot pot item. This basically ends up helping you increase a character's bond, granting you rewards. And I wish it wouldn't do that every single time I went and got out. You can, of course, get a monthly potion pack. This ends up granting you stamina potions as well as giving you 30 days of that hot pot. But what's going to be most important are these beginning things on offer, which I haven't, of course, touched myself. Of course, there is a starter pack where you can end up getting a guaranteed 5-star character and a single multi-summon. And this ends up costing a grand total of, I really wish it wouldn't do that, a grand total of $23.99. So the price for that 275 magic crystals, up to you whether or not you want to spend it. There's of course a $40 pack available as well, which gets you a little over a multi-summon, as well as some memory stone shards that you need to awaken a 5-star character. But remember what I showed previously, it is 5 memory stone shards in order to awaken a 5-star character one time. So if you want to get that full awakening, you might end up having to shell out for this pack a lot, but I don't even think you can. Nope, you totally can. So, nope, you totally can't. Oh well. Well, I guess that's pretty good. Otherwise, you could just power level your way through that pack. But yeah, when it comes to gacha game pricing, I have to say average. And what you take out of the fact that this is average, I'll leave up to you. And of course, finally, really quick, since I know it's a very, very important for any anime enthusiast, yes, there are ways to go ahead and interact with your waifus. Like, of course, I've got Trainee up here because she's S tier, so I'm going to go ahead and interact with her as much as I can. You can go ahead and give your characters gifts and use all these different opportunities to strengthen your bond with them, get different quests to play out with them, and of course get new rewards, and if this stage is any indicator, potentially costumes as well, which will likely be coming down the line. Overall, gang, if you're looking for a really solid turn-based RPG, I feel like Slime Isekai Memories is going to go ahead and scratch that itch for you. It's got the fantastic cast of characters. Yes, thank you, Rimuru. It's got the fantastic cast of characters from the show, of course, backing it up, and the battle animations look fluid. There is potential for auto-farming if you want to go ahead and be a filthy min-maxer, and of course, there are elements of gacha games that can be a little annoying on top of that as well. The base building isn't really something that's going to end up blowing you away, and I am just wondering, once the slosh of free currency, free characters, free experience, free gold, once all of that starts going away from the launch, exactly how the grind is going to feel to retain that player base. But with parallel processing, of course, as an option to go ahead and just let the game do its thing while you are away from it, idling, and come back and reap those rewards and get right back into fighting the battles that you actually need to put your attention into, I feel like Slime is going to definitely remain a solid game. So if you're interested, definitely go ahead and pick this game up. Anyways, gang, this is Kawaii50. If you want to talk more slime, my Discord server is, of course, always open. I want to give a big thanks to the patrons on Patreon, followers and subscribers on Twitch, and, of course, all of you for giving me the motivation to continue to make these videos. I hope this was a helpful first impressions, and I'll see you all in the next video.